132 miles per hour. That is the wind gust recorded in Louisiana just hours ago from a storm system that has already spawned 3 confirmed tornadoes. Right now, at this very moment, that same system is pushing across Alabama, Georgia, and northern Florida with a tornado watch in effect for 24 counties across 3 states. But here is what should concern you even more. This is only the beginning. The entire weather pattern across the United States is about to flip in a way we have not seen all winter. In the next few minutes, I am going to give you the exact timing, city by city, from the East Coast to the West Coast for 2 major winter storms, a historic heat wave with temperatures 40 degrees above average, dangerous wildfire conditions, and a rare tornado threat in California. Not general information, exact times for your city, exact snowfall totals, exact temperature swings, everything you need to know to prepare for what is about to be the most volatile stretch of weather this country has seen in years. But first, you need to understand just how big this is. The National Weather Service has issued a tornado watch covering Houston, Henry, Dale, and Geneva counties in Alabama, along with 7 Florida counties and 13 Georgia counties, effective through 2 p.m. Central Time today. Over 100 severe weather reports were filed in the last 24 hours alone. 3 tornadoes touched down in Louisiana on Saturday while people were sleeping. And this storm is not done. It is marching toward Jacksonville, Orlando, Tampa, and Daytona Beach tonight, where the Daytona 500 is happening right now. The storm should arrive after 7 p.m., likely after the race ends, but anyone heading home from the track tonight needs to be extremely careful. But here is what nobody else is breaking down for you right now. Behind this storm, 2 separate winter systems are lining up to hammer the country this week. The first one could dump up to 8 feet of snow in the mountains out west. The second could bring snow and ice to tens of millions of people from the Dakotas to New England. And sandwiched between those 2 storms, a record-breaking heat wave will push temperatures in the plains and Midwest as much as 40 degrees above normal. 3 different extreme weather events, 1 week, over 200 million Americans in the path. What comes next is critical. So why is all of this happening at once? Think of the atmosphere like a giant rubber band that has been stretched to its limit. For weeks, the jet stream has been locked in place, pointing north of California, pushing moisture into Canada and the Pacific Northwest, while leaving places like the Sierra Nevada bone dry. California's snowpack sits at just 54% of normal right now. That jet stream is finally snapping back into position, and when it does, it is not coming back gently. It is swinging hard. That swing creates a massive temperature contrast stretching across the entire country. On one side, Arctic air plunges south. On the other side, warm air surges north. Where those 2 collide, you get storms, severe storms, winter storms. And when the contrast is this extreme, with a 40-degree difference between regions only a few hundred miles apart, the atmosphere becomes dangerously unstable. AccuWeather meteorologists are calling this the most sustained stretch of warmer weather for the mid-Atlantic since early January, while the northern tier braces for heavy snow and ice. Hey, real quick, drop your city and state in the comments right now. I am reading every single comment, and I will give you the specific forecast for exactly where you live. Thousands of viewers are already doing this. Do not wait. But here is the part that should worry everyone. Here is your critical timeline, and I'm going to take you through this region by region, starting in the east. Right now, today, Sunday, February 15th, a line of severe thunderstorms is pushing across the southeast. Savannah, you are looking at this line arriving around 5 p.m. this afternoon. Jacksonville, same time frame. By 7 p.m. tonight, this line reaches Orlando, Tampa, and Daytona Beach. Damaging winds and embedded tornadoes are possible through the evening. By Monday morning, the East Coast clears out. But do not be fooled. Washington, D.C., Pittsburgh, listen carefully. By midweek, temperatures surge to near 60 degrees. Pittsburgh, if you hit 60, that will be your warmest day since January 9th. But for Boston, you will struggle to reach 40 as cold air hangs tough across New England. Then Wednesday evening, a new area of low pressure develops and brings several inches of snow and possible freezing rain to Vermont, upstate New York, and New Hampshire. 4 to 8 inches of snow are on the table for those areas through Sunday. Now the central United States. This is where the heat wave gets extreme. Wichita Falls, Des Moines, Kansas City, your temperatures tomorrow, Monday, will run 25 to 35 degrees above average. By Tuesday and Wednesday, that gap widens to as much as 40 degrees above normal from Wichita Falls all the way into Minnesota. Western and central Texas could see highs in the 80s. Dozens of record highs are likely to fall. But once that heat peaks, a winter storm crosses the Rockies Tuesday night into Wednesday. North Dakota, northern Minnesota, and the upper peninsula of Michigan, heavy snow begins Wednesday and could bring 3 to 7 inches across the upper Midwest. Chicago, you are in a tricky spot. Models show 1 to 2 inches right now, but that number could climb depending on the storm track Thursday and Friday. The Mountain West, Denver, your Sunday, hits the mid-60s near the record of 67 set in 2017. Monday approaches 70 degrees, but Tuesday is the day to watch. Sustained winds of 20 to 30 miles per hour in the metro area, gusts of 40 to 50. On the eastern plains, gusts could exceed 60 miles per hour. Fire danger will be critical. Western Colorado may see some snow, but Denver likely stays dry. And now the Pacific. California, here is where things get historic. Tomorrow, Monday, a powerful storm slams the west coast. Rain is already falling across the Bay Area, and it is not going to stop until at least Wednesday. San Jose could pick up 2.5 inches of rain. San Francisco, over 3 inches. San Rafael, more than 4.5 inches. In the mountains, this is the big one. The Sierra Nevada could see over 5 feet of snow, with some peaks getting up to 8 feet. Snow levels drop below 3,000 feet by Tuesday. And Los Angeles, this is rare. There is a 2% tornado risk for your area Monday afternoon. A couple of tornadoes are possible around LA and just east of San Francisco. The National Weather Service is urging anyone traveling across Sierra Passes to get it done by Saturday at the latest. What happens next changes everything. For those who have never experienced what is coming, let me paint the picture. If you are in the upper Midwest Wednesday night, here is what to expect. Snow starts light, almost peaceful. Then it intensifies, wind picks up, visibility drops, roads that were fine an hour ago become impassable. Power flickers. Your house gets cold fast. For the Sierra Nevada, imagine driving Interstate 80 over Donner Pass on Monday. Snow blowing sideways, whiteout conditions, chain controls go up, and then it does not stop for days. Near constant snow from Sunday through the middle of next week. Sarah Perdue, a meteorologist with the National Weather Service out of Sacramento, put it bluntly. Travel across mountain highways next week will be hazardous. Try to get any traveling done by Saturday at the latest. Remember those 100-plus severe weather reports from the last 24 hours. Remember the 132-mile-per-hour wind gust in Louisiana. Remember the 3 tornadoes that hit while people were sleeping. That same storm complex is overhead right now for millions in the southeast, and it has a documented history of producing tornadoes. The National Weather Service does not issue tornado watches lightly. There are currently 24 counties under that watch across 3 states. This is not hype, this is not exaggeration. When you have a 40-degree temperature contrast stretching from Texas to Minnesota, when the Sierra snowpack has fallen to 54% of normal and a storm is about to dump 8 feet of snow on the mountains, when tornadoes are touching down in February across the Deep South and threatening California of all places, this is a legitimate historic weather pattern. If you are anywhere in the affected areas, comment your location below right now. I am reading every comment and responding with specific details for your area. Do not wait. Here's the important part that affects everyone, whether you are in the storm path or not. This is not just a winter storm. This is not just a heat wave. We are looking at simultaneous blizzard conditions across the northern tier, critical fire danger across the high plains in Colorado, severe thunderstorms and tornadoes in the southeast, flooding rainfall along the west coast, and a temperature contrast of up to 40 degrees above average in some areas while others stay well below normal. 5 threats happening at the same time across one country. Interstate 80 over Donner Pass will likely be shut down or severely restricted from Monday through at least midweek. Sierra highways will require chains, and the Weather Service is warning of hazardous mountain travel for days. In Denver, Tuesday winds gusting over 60 miles per hour on the eastern plains create extreme wildfire risk, especially in areas from the Texas Panhandle to western Nebraska that have been missed by recent rainfall. Western Nebraska, by the way, has barely seen half an inch of snow all winter long. In the southeast, any area that saw tornado damage this weekend now faces cleanup under the threat of more storms. Power outages are a real concern from Florida to Georgia tonight. And here is what most people do not realize. The rapid temperature swings from record warmth to a potential Arctic blast by next week could trigger ice jams, an ice jam flooding along secondary rivers across the Midwest and Northeast. The last time we saw this kind of whiplash pattern, infrastructure took weeks to recover. The National Weather Service has been issuing warnings across multiple regions simultaneously, which gives you a sense of how widespread this pattern is. Tornado watches are active right now across southeast Alabama, northwest Florida, and southwest Georgia. Winter weather advisories are being prepared for the Sierra Nevada, where the Reno office of the National Weather Service has confirmed that heavy snow begins Monday and could continue near constantly through midweek. Fire weather watches are expected for the Colorado Front Range and High Plains for Tuesday, when those extreme wind gusts combine with dry conditions. AccuWeather's lead long-range expert Paul Pastelok confirmed that snow and ice will be confined to the northern plains, upper Midwest, Great Lakes, and interior Northeast, while everything south of that line will see well above average temperatures. But here is the question nobody is asking. With this many simultaneous threats across this many regions, are emergency resources stretched too thin? When the Southeast is dealing with tornado damage, the mountains are buried under feet of snow, the plains face wildfire danger, and the Midwest braces for a winter storm, every region is competing for the same pool of federal resources. The National Weather Service is doing its job, the warnings are going out, but warnings only work if people act on them. And right now, millions of Americans are in the path of at least one of these threats. What could be done differently to prepare for a week like this? Here is the important part about what this means going forward. This is not a one-week event. This is a pattern shift. For weeks, the jet stream sat north of California, choking off moisture and leaving the West dry. Now it is swinging back violently, and when jet stream corrections happen this aggressively, they do not settle down overnight. The European model is already showing a scattered area of thunderstorms stretching from Illinois to the Mid-Atlantic and the Carolinas by Thursday and Friday. After that, more moisture could come over the Rockies late Friday into Saturday, potentially setting up another severe weather threat across the Tennessee Valley and Southeast. And here's what nobody else is telling you yet. The GFS model is starting to hint at an Arctic blast arriving around the beginning of next week, the last week of February. If that verifies, areas that just experienced record warmth in the 60s and 70s could plunge well below average within days. That kind of temperature whiplash in late February could cause serious problems for agriculture, infrastructure, and daily life across the central United States. Another potential winter storm is possible around late next week. The pattern supports it. I will be monitoring this closely and will have a full breakdown as the models come into better agreement. After this week, long-range models are showing continued volatility through the end of February. It is too early to call specifics, but this active pattern is not going away quietly. I will be tracking every single one of these systems as they develop. If you want real-time updates specific to your area, drop your location in the comments right now. Tell me where you are watching from and I will respond with exactly what to expect where you live. Share this video with anyone you know in the affected areas. They need to see this before Monday morning. This is not hype. This is not exaggeration. I genuinely hope the worst-case scenarios do not verify. But the data is the data, and right now the data says this week will be one for the record books. When was the last time you saw tornadoes, blizzards, record heat, and wildfire danger all threatening the United States in the same week?